to me, I thought it was a very ironic, funny, fun song. And I thought it was if you strip it down to just,
Awesome, man. Well, this podcast is about you and your journey in music and how you got to where you are now.
thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to do the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I'm excited to hear your story. Well, why don't you tell me first, where were you born and raised?
I was I'm just gonna do some water. I was born and raised in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And yeah.
Well, I'm from San Diego, so I know Southern California very well, but I was just curious what was it like growing up in LA?
Well, it's very fast.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, my father my father was in the LA music business
Mm-hmm.
before he sort of took off when I was younger, a little kid. But and I sort of got exposed to a lot of you know, wine, women, and song, I guess is what Shakespeare would say.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Sure.
what I mean?
Oh,
As
yeah.
opposed to SD and rock and roll, you know.
Yeah.
Just, you know, it was just it was too much, and it was quick, but there's a lot of learning and experiences from it, so I don't regret anything from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How did you get into music? Was it through your father or no?
It was kind of through everything. I mean,
Okay.
my dad did it, and he got an Academy Award for writing a song for Dirty Dancing, the Time of My Life song.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom's family all sang and played guitar. My grandpa, he sang, played guitar. So I kind of just, I don't know, he would just point out chords to me on the radio, Beatles songs. We love the Beatles and all that. And I just picked up the sounds of the chords, and I was able to just take it from there, I guess, you know.
How old were you when you started playing guitar?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember, man. I mean, I fiddling with it like before even playing a chord, maybe 6 or 7, but like actually like writing something or like playing a chord like an E and a G and an A were my first chords.
Mm-hmm.
I did like or it's like so it's kind of like it's like if you're playing a guitar, it's like 4th fret on the low, on the E string, the high E string, and then like 1 3 or so, or 2 3 or something. I don't know, something like that. But it's like in E G A, and it like harmonizes. And I just thought that was really cool. And then from there, I just kind of yeah, I just kind of kept on going with it. I played a bunch of, I got into a lot of Jimi Hendrix. I got into a lot of obviously the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Leonard Cohen, and Bob Dylan, and a lot of the classic rock, a lot of the cliche people. But I also, Neil Young and Simon Garfunkel and stuff like singer-songwriters, classic rock, punk rock, indie rock, I like hip hop. I like everything, man. Blues, jazz, everything. I mean, my first track off my record, Leave It Alone, is not the first release, but the first track
Song on the album. Yeah.
Yeah. I was listening to Junior Kimbrough, and it was the first time, and I think the song is called "You Better Leave Her Alone" or something like that. And it's the first time I ever heard blues double time. I don't know if you know what that means, but
I know what double time is. I'm trying to think in my head.
So
I'm trying to put together like blues and double time.
If he's like playing, like something like this, like and just like normal blues, he'd go like boo da boo boo da boo da boo boo da boo da.
Oh, okay.
Instead of opposed to boom. You know, instead of that. So and then I got the idea of, you know, where is it? I don't even remember my own song. Yeah, anyway. Big guitar. This guitar's too small. But yeah, that's, you know, I mean, it's interesting because I listen to a lot of music, so yeah, that was the first time I heard Double Time Blues, and that from that guy, and it really like blew me away because it was almost like a reawakening for like, or almost like a experience, I guess you could call it, of like feeling rock and roll again, if that makes sense. Because you know, blues, rock and roll, pop, they all kind of came out, you know, at the same in the 50s, 60s, and I consider things from the 40s or 30s, or sometimes even I consider Beethoven rock and roll sometimes, you know. But his Ninth Symphony and all that, but or that one, that I think the Seventh Symphony, where it's just that repeating just chorus almost, and just keeps building. But yeah, man. Sorry, I'm just
all good. Yeah, so that's kind of where it became an interest of yours, and you were playing classic rock and
right. So to answer your question, so I grew up in LA. First 7 years of my life was great. I had a typical great family. My dad was an Academy Award-winning songwriter, and my mother was an entertainment lawyer.
Wow.
They were a power team, power couple, and then it all got shot to hell.
Okay. Real quick, before we get, this is super fascinating. I'm really excited to hear the story, but I'm very curious. Were you born yet when that song came out and when he won all those awards? Oh, okay.
98.
So you weren't, it's nothing that you, you were, it wasn't something that you were like a kid and like were at the award shows. Okay. Got it.
88. It was in 1988. But anyway, I was, everything was great. And then my mom and dad just fought a lot and then had a terrible divorce. And my dad just took off with a new family. But, then what happened is like, because his sort of behavior rubbed off on me a little bit, I kind of, you know, the whole rock and roll, like, I got an Academy Award, like I hang out with cool people, Johnny Depp touched my thing, you know, whatever. And it's just so douchey and all that. But
he's gonna get wrapped up in, I would imagine, right?
You know, not, I mean, as a child, I don't even remember, but I just was like, okay, Dad, you know, cool, that's my dad. But you know, but then when he left, you know, it was like I could give a crap about it. But yeah, after he left, it sort of rubbed off on me, and I kind of fell into that lifestyle. So my father kind of pushed me into that a little bit, and you know, it's I'm still paying for it. I mean, I'm you know, I'm healthy and you know, doing good and everything, and I'm stronger than I've ever been, everything. But and so for a couple of years, from like 7 to about, you know, 13, 14, I was hanging out with older kids in LA, and you know, that makes you popular, and then, you know, everybody then there's, you know, bad kid, you know, the bad
Right.
kids
There's
are
a lot
always
of bad influences, of course. Like you just kind of got yourself caught up in some
I crashed cars when I didn't even have a license. You know, you know, I took, you know, pills that I didn't think I didn't even know what it was, and I have no idea how I survived. Um, but I'm very thankful and grateful. And then after that, my mom immediately, that was like a vacation that I went on with my father after I hadn't seen him in a while. And I went to visit my grandfather on his side, and he was passing away from and all that. And so I guess I was kind of sad in retrospect. And so I didn't know, like,
Mhm.
my dad took all this stuff and like that's what made him feel better. I noticed that like he would take all this stuff,
Mhm.
if you know what I mean. And
Yeah, sure.
he would just lay there and it seemed to put his problems away. And so that kind of always haunted me. Not I mean, yeah, haunted me. And then, and so, I, and then, so then my mom, I was around 13. Then my mom came and picked me up at the airport and sent me to the desert at this wilderness in the wilderness.
Wow.
It's a wilderness program where you live in a year, you get taken out of everything, your home, your family. You can't talk, no phone, nothing. You have to dig a hole to that's my song home is about, scratching dirt for days, when can I go home, they won't say, you know I can
Mhm.
make it better, I'm praying, I'm begging to write my letters. But it's like it's something that you just gotta face, and you just gotta go
Wow.
through it,
Oh my
and
gosh. So
I
you were
had
there
to
for a
like,
year? You were like living in the what, in the wilderness?
I was living in the middle of Utah for 200 miles away from every city in every direction. No bathrooms, no bedrooms. You had to set up a tent. You had to carry a 60-pound backpack. Every day we woke up, we had to hike. We had to talk about our feelings with six other delinquent kids, who, have a whole bunch of stuff going on with them,
Mhm.
and, and so yeah. But in retrospect, it was a beautiful experience, and I learned a lot from it. I learned a lot of insight into my intuition, I guess,
Mhm.
and in my emotions and my feelings. And then when I sort of got back, and I learned how to make fire with wood and all that, so I could eat I could eat my food warm and all that. And then I was able to finally get access again after a really long time. Like, it was a year, might not seem like a lot for most people, but a
It's a
year away
long time.
a year away from your family, your friends, your mother, your father, your sister, your cousins, a year away from music, a year away from computers, iPhones, a year away from toilets and beds, a year away from everything, man. And so uh that definitely that definitely like flushed everything out. And then what
Uh-huh.
happened was is I got home and I listened to the Beatles and Elliott Smith and James Taylor and uh, all my Jeff Buckley, Nick
Mhm.
Drake, and it just like I just kept hearing in my head like, hey, I really think I think I could do this. I really think I could do this. Not because of my dad or anything.
Mhm.
I just thought, I just had a little voice saying like, I really think I could do this. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Mhm.
And then I wrote like 100 demos that in 2009, and then like 200,
Wow.
175 in 2010, and then just more, another 100.
Were you
So,
showing these demos to anyone, or you were just writing them and you had them like on a hard
oh
drive?
yeah, I showed them to my mom and my sister and my stepdad.
Uh-huh.
Um, so yeah, I had a lot of positive feedback. I remember when I wrote a lot of the songs, and I remember every time I wrote this. I mean, I'm not gonna write a song and not show it to anybody. I mean,
Mhm.
it's just not,
Well, I didn't know
yeah,
if it was gonna be something personal, because some people
nah,
write, especially in the beginning, they're nervous or don't wanna show anybody yet, or you know what I mean?
nah, no, 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 not from me. When I'm really excited about something, to me, it's not like I'm gonna do E, A, and D, and I'm gonna sing about a girl. You know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just like, and then I'm just gonna find, and it's just all gonna be gibberish, and I'm gonna sing words and all, and then in a moment, it all just, something will get captured. You know what I mean? The words, the melody, and the chords will all just come together like magic. And then and then I'm just so excited, and I'm like, oh my God. And then you just put it down, and then you finish it off. And that's where it's funny why they call it songwriting, because it's really like, it's not really songwriting. I mean, it's like writing after the song. Sorry.
Right.
You know, but it's like the song discovering or something, you know. I don't know. I mean, that's how it is for me. I'm not theory based at all. I don't know how to read music or write music, or I mean, I know how to write music, but I don't know how to read music or anything like that. I just listen to millions of my favorite songs millions of times, and made millions of my own songs, I guess,
Wow.
that I like. Some of them I really like, you know.
So once I mean, it sounds like you're writing a ton of songs. I mean, and that was what, about 10 years ago? How did your career kind of progress? Or were you playing out around LA, or
So yeah.
were you in a
So
band?
I was developing my voice and my songs and I don't like the word developing voice. I like the or songs or production. I think production, none of those words suffice. I think it's really bringing it up, as you said, playing out. That makes, it's like a cheat code to like get better at everything times 1,000. So once I started playing out when I was 20, so that was about 8 years ago. And I was 50. Yeah, so yeah. So yeah, I started playing out when I was 20, and I played 50, 60 some shows or whatever, and around then. And then I played the Viper Room a couple times, the Whiskey, great show, Full House. Some band that was big was playing, and I opened up for them, and it was really awesome. I was like crazy. Got the footage for it, release it soon. But yeah, I what was your question? It was yeah, so yeah, I just
Just like, did you, back when you got home and you had hundreds of songs, and it sounds like when you got back from Utah, you started writing
no,
and
so I got back from Utah. I had hundreds of songs that needed to come out, is the way
right.
I would put it, you know.
And you started demoing
Thousands,
those.
thousands of songs, maybe, you know. And I've been doing those, and I still write every day. Still sing every day and play guitar every day. Piano. I play piano actually most mostly every day actually now, which is weird. I love it. Um, but yeah, so I played shows, and I was in a couple of, I tried to start a couple of bands. Nothing ever held, and I just had to always do it myself. You know, I always had to produce it myself, because nobody, I couldn't find anybody or that wanted to mesh with me, I guess, that I meshed with. And so I produced everything, and I had to write everything, and I had to you know, engineer it and do it myself. Except I got a lot of really good help from Kenny Aronoff on drums, which was really amazing. He's been a good friend of mine. He's a really nice guy, one of the best drummers in the world. Perfect, perfect for what I do. And he yeah, he played on my record, and then I emailed Adam Casper, who worked on Foo Fighters. It's a funny story. And you know, when I was making my record couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, I think it's 2017, 18, I can't remember. But anyway, and I emailed him like 5 times, and his manager kept saying he's too busy, he's too busy, he's too busy. And then finally he got back to me. He's like, "Oh my God, dude, like this is amazing. Like, dude, let's do this. This is a hit, man." And I was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Let's do it, man." And we became really good friends, and we have like 100 emails, and you know, I still try to text him sometimes and be like, "Do you think we could maybe like, you know, try to like lower the harmonies a little bit over there, right? Or raise them right there." And he's just like, "Dude, come on. It's good. It's good enough now. It's good enough."
So
So
he helped record the record that's coming out.
yeah. So he essentially what he did, because the record's called Homemade. I
Mm-hmm.
thought that would be uh a good title for many reasons, for my circumstances. And half the record is demos and half the record is in professional studios, with
Mm-hmm.
with some producers that I won't mention because um uh I'll just leave it at that. but
Okay.
but they're but they're okay. And I only worked with them for a day, or that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And but I worked on the record for about 8 months or a year and a half by myself in a studio. And I went from a couple different studios, but Kenny came in first, and we did the basic tracks there at he knocked that out in a couple of days. He's a great drummer. And then Adam took the tracks,
Mm-hmm.
all the guitar tracks. Essentially, I produced it, and then he took it and he mixed it. And in a sense, I want to give him like credit for this. Like, in a sense, he kind of did co-produce, like, because he gave me a lot of advice, and he took the liberty to like he added a string part because one of the songs really moved him.
Mm-hmm.
And because of his wife's heritage, it's stuff like that. And is so like he's a really good he's I wouldn't want to work with anybody else, to be honest. And
That's
so
cool.
yeah, he mixed it, and then he sent it over to the Lurson mastering guys who to master it. And yeah,
Oh,
that's
amazing.
what happened.
When did you start writing the record?
Ooh, recording it or writing it?
When,
Because
like, writing it? Because it's like, it sounds like you had a bunch of songs, and then would you have to kind of like pick and choose between these hundreds of songs that you wrote, or did you have the songs for the record and you knew that, like, okay, this batch of songs is definitely going to be the album?
so I wrote some of the songs I wrote when I was 15, some of the songs I wrote when I was 20, some of the songs I wrote when I was 17.
Oh,
And
wow.
then
So it's been a work in progress for a while.
I just picked all the songs that I felt were a menagerie of a good representation of all the different types of rock and roll that I want to capture for the first record, because it's Homemade. That's what it's called.
Mhm.
And I want it to just be rock and roll, no bull to it. And yeah, I there's no cussing on it. I'm not. Yeah, I just yeah.
Oh, wow. Was that a personal choice that you just didn't want to have cuss words on the record?
I don't feel it's necessary. I just didn't feel it was necessary.
I think
I
that's
actually
cool.
I just didn't feel it was necessary. I mean, there was a song where I kind of slurred a word between me and you, but um uh it's not even a real word. I think I might have said shitty, but I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. let's just forget about that. I might have said something else.
Okay. What was it like? So you said some of the songs were recorded by yourself, and some of them were done in a professional studio. What was the difference? And were
Well,
you how'd you choose which
it,
songs you were going to go with to the studio?
they were all recorded in professional studios. I just took like maybe 20%, 30 to 40%, maybe. I don't know. I can't tell you the percent, but I just
Mm-hmm.
took a lot. When I was done recording in the studio, I went back to the demos and I missed a lot of things, because when you write a song, the when you first write a song, you have all the best ideas, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
and all the good stuff comes out, and you know where it's at, and you're in it, like. And so I went back to the demos and I listened to them, and I realized that I wanted to put some little guitar parts in there, and some vocal parts that I performed better when I was 16 than 22. I don't know why,
Mm-hmm.
but just felt better
Mm-hmm.
on a $300 mic as opposed to a $5,000 mic or $12,000 mic.
Right, right. That's
So
right on. And you put the first song you put out from the record is called "Damaged All My Goods."
yeah, that's the first song.
Tell me about that song. Why'd you choose that one?
I chose that song because um it's interesting, because a lot of I'm well, I'll just answer your question. Um to me, I thought it was a very ironic, funny, fun song, and I thought it was if you strip it down to just it's just like simple pop chords, and but like with twists. Oh, sorry. What is it? Oh yeah. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
those little two chords. Everybody knows that, but
Mm-hmm.
nobody knows. And then go into the middle eight. It's hard to see. And I have to tune in. Or I don't know how I did it. It's been so long since I played guitar. What is it? I'm gonna go back up. Oh, it's hard to see something. Oh, it's hard to see. Something taken away from me. I used to be the one who sees. See, like those chords?
Mm-hmm.
Those are new.
I love
The
it.
smile in others' eyes, the light between the sky. Now it's gone. I shit. What the? See, it's a new fucking chords that I don't even know my own self. I damage all my good. Something like damage all. I don't know. It's fuck. I do it in drop C. This is
Okay.
insane.
It's got a funky tuning.
Just trending. I haven't played guitar,
Understandable.
but
That's rad.
anyway. But
It sounded great to me.
I just liked all the Damaged all my good. Damage all my. Yeah.
I love
But
it.
those last two chords, I just keep forgetting. I don't know what the fuck.
It's all good.
I wrote it, but it's on the record.
Yeah, and it's like I mean, how many songs you probably wrote thousands of songs. It's like, how do you? Yeah,
But
totally
I played
understandable.
that one about 1,000 times. So I
Okay,
mean, I should know better. But it's been.
we put you on the spot.
I swear to God, it's been a year since I've played guitar. So
It's just all been piano.
it's all been piano, man. I swear to God.
Wow. When did you get the interest in
I could
piano, or
play
have you
you.
played it forever?
I could walk to my studio right now and I could play you like every Beatles song on piano, Lady Madonna. I play all my
Wow,
songs.
that's
Yeah,
amazing.
Martha, my dear, da-dun-dun-dun-dun. But it's just like, guitar. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
I've had enough. I played it my whole life. It's like, and I played piano too, but I just, guitar was, very easy, I guess.
Easier to carry around with you.
Yeah, right. That's the right word.
There you go. And tell me about the video. You got a, pretty big actor in the video. I know he's related to you
Right.
as well.
So yeah. So yeah, I mean, the video and the song, I chose that song in the video because I really felt like it was, to me it's ironic, like damaged all my goods. It's not even correct English, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I want people to kind of understand the catharsis in it, where it's like a journey. Like at the beginning, what am I doing to myself? You know, I want to get back to this place where I saw the smile in others' eyes, the light between the skies. Where did it go? It's gone, blah, blah, blah. And then I guess it was just too much too young, just like we were talking about,
Mm-hmm.
my life. I'm just pulling stuff straight out of my life, so I don't have to lie about anything, so it's
Mm-hmm.
all,
It's
so
really
all lined up.
honest. I mean, when you were telling me, when you were reciting lyrics earlier, it was like identical to what you had previously, said about the
But
experience you had in.
I didn't damage all my goods. That's the funny thing about it, because, in the middle eight, what is it? Everything is melting on my ears. The freak out moment, it's like in the movie, the middle eight, we go left field and you freak out. Everything's melting out my ears. All the things I love, now I fear. I guess I really messed up. I almost lost my mind.
Mm-hmm.
A mess I can't refrain. I know and then I just stopped speaking right there, because people are gonna suspect me to say try or lie or die or whatever the fuck. But
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't say a word, because I shut up and I was like, wait a minute, I'm wrong. And then I go into a guitar solo that I let the guitar kind of do a melodic sort of solo to kind of express with the bass line, harmonizing with it, the message where I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to go. And then at the end, it just sounds like a happy pop song. I damaged all my goods. I damaged all my goods. I
Mm-hmm.
damaged all my goods, over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, well, doesn't sound like it to me. It's just funny. And it's just like, you didn't, man. You figured it out. You went
Mm-hmm.
through it and you got out of it and you made it, and you're stronger, better, cooler. It's all good,
Mm-hmm.
and you got a good song out of it,
Mm-hmm.
Or,
I love it.
I mean, I enjoyed writing it. When I enjoyed listening to it for the first 3 months, and yeah. And
Very
then the
cool.
video, I got my uncle Ray Wise, who's an amazing uncle. I mean, it's not, there was no nepotism in his blood. There's no nepotism in his blood.
Mm-hmm.
He is a through and through good man, a good human being, and he's always been supportive of me, and he's always been honest with me. and I really look up to him. And he it was on my birthday too, which was really cool. I shot my video,
Oh,
and
awesome.
and by the beach. I love the beach, so we went to a carnival, and and that's the whole thing. Is the vibe is like there was a mirror maze, a carnival, the
Hmm.
pier,
Hmm.
roller coaster rides. He's the ticket guy. Who is he? Is he really? Is he like a deep? Is he like some sort of bad guy, or really a good guy that's just like messing with you? You can't
Hmm.
really. I asked him to do that. I played him my record when it was finished, and that was his favorite song. And so I, that worked out great. So so yeah, I mean, it was really fun. It was easy. I had it was just easy and fun, man. I mean, it was just I don't know. I mean, I I I had a lot of really big ideas, and uh the ideas came across just fine how they were,
Hmm.
big or small, whatever they are,
Hmm. Sure. Yeah.
I'm happy, they turned out better than if they were big or small, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and
It's like,
it's people
I
are
want to
receiving it
shoot
well.
with a crane and do a
Right.
pool
Right.
thing, but then it
Right.
turned out to be this like indie kind of like rock and roll homemade, and it fit with my record, and my uncle was there, and it had my dog, and it had the honesty of the song. And I was looking at my uncle to kind of like see how professional of an actor he is, because personally I think he's I'm maybe biased, but I think he's an
Oh,
amazing
he's an
actor.
incredible actor. I mean, he's in so many cool things, obviously Twin Peaks and these Jeepers Creepers and stuff, but
I love Jeepers Creepers.
his role in Fresh Off the Boat is like my favorite one he has. He's so good in that show as
And
the neighbor.
he's been working in the movie in the industry for
A lot of years now.
decades, man. I mean,
Yeah,
you know so
that's really cool.
it was really cool to just like, because you hear a lot of stories about people, and he's my uncle, so it's not like, he's family, it's not an
Right, right.
actor,
Hmm.
but he's still an actor. But and there was a director there, making sure to film everything, and some clowns and stuff, but or mimes. um and it was just interesting because he just did exactly what he did. and
Hmm.
then I didn't have any questions, because I was like, okay, if he's doing exactly what he feels to be is what's right, then
It's probably right.
that's what I should be doing. He's my
Right.
uncle.
Yeah.
I mean, and so it worked out. So I'm like sitting there at the balcony singing at the moon, and I'm just like thinking, I guess it's just too much too young. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, okay, I'm really feeling this because this actually happened. And I love the beach, and I can't, and I'm proud of this, of what I wrote down, and I'm able to sing this to the moon, with my
Mhm.
dog,
I love it. Hmm.
to the universe, whatever.
And the record is coming out in March.
Record's coming out on March 25th.
Wow. And are you going to do like a release show for it, or do you have any other singles you're going to put out prior to the record coming out?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff. I'm not a lot of stuff. I'm not one of those people that's gonna like throw you my thousands of songs up every day. That's why I, you know, didn't do that.
Mhm.
Take a sip of water real quick.
Awesome. Well,
So
some more stuff coming out
so yeah,
before the big
so
release.
there's gonna be 3 other singles, and I'm gonna be releasing acoustic stuff, acoustic performances. I'm gonna be releasing live performances that were mixed and mastered, by Adam and the
Hmm.
Lursen guys again. So it sounds just like the record, if not better. Same amp, same settings.
Awesome.
And he's playing. It's a great show. I got like 40,000 followers overnight on Instagram from that thing, and I didn't
Really?
even. Yeah, it was insane.
From what show? Tell me about this.
Homemade live. It's
Oh,
just like
really?
it's like my record cut in half, and then I
Uh-huh.
just played it with Kenny, and just had my friend from high school play bass and sing backup
And
harmony.
how did these people find you when you were doing it? Like, tell me the backstory to that.
Well, I
That's
mean,
fascinating.
I had like 19K for like I had like 19K for a while,
I mean, that's a lot of followers still.
and that was from playing out and from just meeting people and stuff like that, and just
Uh-huh.
honestly, I don't know what it is, but if I just post a photo of myself, people seem to care more. But if I post anything else, they don't give a shit. But that's Instagram. It's about photos.
Mhm.
But that's why I'm glad the music video's doing so
Oh,
well.
it's crushing it. I mean, it has over 130,000 plays. I watched it earlier.
I think it's at 150
Is
now.
it? I'd have to go double check. I watched it earlier. I thought it was 130. Maybe it's more. Maybe I missed up. But it's got a lot of plays, well over 100K. So that's amazing.
Yeah, man. In 2 weeks. Let me see. I
Oh, it's
got it on.
170 now. Damn, dude. Maybe it went up another 20 since I watched it.
Yes, yeah. I'm telling you, man. It's like it's multiplying. I did the math on it. My cousin, my uncle Ray's son is he's got like a special gift where he can like roll his eyes in the back of his head, and he can kind of like, what's a million times a billion times divided by 6 and 7 and 8 and all that stuff.
Oh, he
And
can
he,
like just
yeah,
figure it
he
out
does
right away.
just like in a second.
Wow.
Yeah, computers are like, I mean, math is like, it's a computer for him.
That's cool.
It's easy. It's really cool. And so I sort of like, I'm not nowhere near as good as him, but I saw what he kind of does, and like I just and I researched it. I just in the analytics, I look at it. It's like you reach like 895,000 people or whatever in 7 days or something like that, and then it shows you like the percentage of what it will be, what it how it will increase
Mhm.
each day since the first day, and then when it decreases, it's really I'm into I kind of like that. I
Mhm.
like philosophy. I like science. I'm a really big geek. I love reading.
Did you have a degree in philosophy or something like that or
No,
no?
no, no,
Okay,
no, no,
just
no.
into it.
I just love Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, Heraclitus, the
Mhm.
Greeks, the Romans. A lot of Western philosophy, Eastern philosophy as well too. Uh, those are all my favorite philosophy books right there.
Oh, cool.
Carl Sagan. I'm really into physics a lot,
Mhm.
cosmology. I, I love just like distort. I mean, I don't know if I should, but distorted space time,
Mhm.
like black holes and wormholes and stuff like that. I just find it really, really, really fascinating.
Sure. That's awesome. Very cool. Well, Spencer, thank you so much, man, for chatting with me today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I hope I did a good
You did a
okay job.
fantastic job, man. It's all about you, your story. We learned all about it. I love the new record. Actually, I had a chance to hear the whole thing, so I think it's amazing. I got lucky enough to hear the whole record, so
You did?
yeah, I love it, man. I was listening to it yesterday and today, so Somebody from your camp sent it to me.
It's awesome, man. Thank you.
Yeah. So I
Really
can't wait to
appreciate
see what the next few singles are, and to watch it grow. I mean, it's already doing amazing. So very
What do
cool.
you think, man? Do you have any feedback? Like which tracks you really liked?
I'd have to look at the track listing.
I
I'm big
mean,
on numbers.
was there one that stuck out at all? Any
Yeah,
feedback?
let me go back to where I was. I was listening to it earlier. Um, which one was it? I think 3 or 4. We'll see. I like that one.
Oh man, that's my mom's favorite.
Is it really? It's the third song. I remember being the third song on the record. I'm bad with names, dude. It always comes down to like what number track, and it's always been my life. Like, oh, it's number 3 on the CD, or number. You know what I mean? I don't really the titles for me. I'm bad with remembering them, but that's the one that really stuck out to me. I like the whole record. I have to like really spend a little bit more time with it, hearing it all the way through to give a better opinion. But like off the top of my head, I remember that one being like my favorite song on the record.
Great, man. That's really good to hear because it's my mom's favorite song.
That's cool.
And she's really pushing for that.
Oh, really? As a single?
As one of the singles, yeah.
That's cool. Well,
I really, yeah. So
I'd vote on that one as well.
Thank you, man. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, sure, man. Well, I have one more quick question for you. I want to know if you have any advice for aspiring artists.
Advice? Well, I mean, I don't. I feel flattered that you'd ask,
Mhm.
but I would just say that I think that what the world needs right now is for people to be honest and open in music, and to do you, and to not listen to anybody else, and to just let it all out there, and be authentic to yourself, and tell your story, and don't let anybody stop you. Don't give up. Give your music a chance, and I hope that one day there's many artists that are way better than I am.
Bringing it back